we're underway here in Salamanca, the biggest game in Europe tonight. A place in the EuroLeague Women quarter-finals at stake as Avenida take on Girona in the final game of the regular season. Carlton, nails the three straight out of the gate. What a big play from Bridget Carlton. Phenomenal. Down into the low post now. Polo going to work. Tries to draw the foul. The defense stays strong from Mazingarova, and that is going to be an interesting battle. Pass inside, and an early 5 points for Avenida. That's brought the crowd straight into the game. This time, Onyenwere getting the pass inside. How did Girona react? Remember, for them, they would rather it was a slightly lower scoring game. Got the mismatch, but the finish isn't there. Sykes missing what is a relatively easy opportunity for a player of her quality. Travelling violation called on Onyenwere as she looks to go along the baseline. Loving how much the crowd are getting into this one already. Sykes now on the perimeter. Araujo open for three. She's going to hit the big three ball. Both teams registering early. Avenida definitely a good three-point shooting team, shooting over 38%. Girona not so much, shooting a little under 28%. Stolen away, Gardner now. 2-on-2, fast break. Foul's going to be called. That one's waved away. Valaro will get whistled for the foul for Avenida. Second foul of the game for Avenida. Sideline ball now for Girona. Sykes, space, elbow jumper, that one's good. And in the blink of an eye, what was a 5-0 start is now all tied at 5, under 2 minutes played in this game. It's a quick start for both of these teams. Avenida enter today's game, I would say, as slight favourites, coming in off those 3 wins on their home floor. But it is a very, very slight favourites on their night. Girona absolutely can go toe-to-toe with any team in Europe. Good ball movement. Carlton, no good. Rebound, another one for Araujo. Almost 7 rebounds a game for Araujo. Goes inside, tries to step through. Great defense by Mazingarova, thrown away by Araujo. Valaro out of the races. Has the door closed on her by good transition defense from Gardner. Valaro now, trying to find space past Gardner. It's a tough task. Shot clock down to 4, she'll step through. Good patience and good use of that pivot through, but the finish wasn't quite there. Zola just slices down the lane like a hot knife through butter. Lays it in for the easy 2. Teams trade blows. We expect them to do that for the full 40 minutes. We don't expect either team to be even having a double-digit lead in this game. Polo just went a little bit too far. That was a great move to the middle, but when she pivoted back round, she stepped away too far. And one! Pure aggression, determination. Onyenwere gets the score. Such a bright spark, the 23-year-old. Yeah, there was no delicate thought process with regards to that. That was just a scorer's instinct. She saw a glimmer of light in the lane and took advantage. Dominguez comes into the game as Cazorla goes out for Avenida. And that is the strength that Coach Vázquez has. Really interchangeable between Rodriguez, Cazorla and Dominguez and Valaro to a certain degree. Araujo now to the wing to Gardner. Looking to try and use the size of Araujo early on. Long two from Tolo. That's heavy. Rebound by Araujo though. Second of the night for her. Drop step along the baseline, but you have to give credit to Avenida's post defense. They're not doubling. They are absolutely not helping out down in the low post. They're happy to play straight up man-to-man defense. Dominguez now back to the top with the ball. Zingarova looking to go to work. What's the call? Travelling violation called on with Zingarova. I think she was expecting a little bit more physicality from Mariana Tolo. Zingarova will head to the bench. Coach Vazquez is saying the defense wasn't right, but in for Zingarova is Fazula. And you have to love that for Coach Vazquez. Some of the interchanges that he has, there is absolutely no drop in quality at all. You take Fazula off, you bring Dominguez in, you take Zingarova off, you bring in Fazula. They are both absolute world class. Good ball movement from Girona though. Little flat on the three ball from the corner. Rebound pulled down by Valaro. Pretty quick hands, but can only spill it out of bounds. He's going to come down to those big plays. Flores sacrificing her bones to the hardwood. Trying to jump into that passing lane. She got a hand to it, but couldn't hold on to it. Nothing's for sure. Tonight's game is definitely going to create some heroes. Valaro, oh what a pass! Fazula couldn't quite control though. She gets her own rebound, she'll go again. Oh, that's just bully ball in the baseline. As Fazula goes up against Labuskine, and another interesting front court battle that's going to develop between those two. Gardner makes the three. Such a lovely smooth handle, Rebecca Gardner. Hesitation, drives inside. Oh, help, rotation, foul will be called though. Carlton's rotation from the weak side was absolutely the right play. She read what was coming, but she didn't need to jump. She just needed to get herself placed outside of the restricted area and stand. By jumping, she offered up that foul really. Over halfway through this first quarter, it's absolutely flown by. Avenida lead by 4. Girona's scoring is slightly dried up, but Gardner is now at the free throw line. The first is good. She's been shooting 86% from the free throw line across the season. Had a huge game last week in that loss to Chukarova. 24 points, 4 rebounds, 4 steals. Heartbreaking, and it wasn't quite enough to get the win. This is the second. They need to just about secure their own rebound. Oh, nice little shake from Dominguez. That disrupts the defense. Corner pocket three is good. Valaro, she knew it was going the moment she let go of that one. Six-point lead for Avenida. Game high 6-point lead. Araujo to Labuskine, just holds on to the hot pass. Short corner 2, off target. Dominguez times her jump well and grabs the rebound. Valaro now, baseline. Quick movement, oh Avenida, what a play. Oh my goodness, phenomenal team offense. They are pumped right now. The team from Salamanca lighting it up for the home fans. They lead by 9 and we're only 6 minutes into the game. Coach Canute, no choice, absolutely no choice. Has to call a timeout. His team cannot stay with this pace. What a start for the home team. Big three ball from the top that started it all off. Araujo answered at the other end, stepping out and hitting the three for Girona. And it was Avenida, all one-way traffic really. On track for 25 plus points in this first quarter. Girona cannot stay with that kind of scoring pace. They need to tighten their defense up, but how do you tighten defense up when an offense is being played so beautifully right now by Avenida? Girona back on the floor, and they look a little shell-shocked, to be honest. Be interesting to see if they do have an answer for this onslaught that Coach Vazquez has delivered them. I'm not sure he could have even envisaged a better start than they've had here. Sykes brings it up over the half. Team locks down on Sykes. She does move the ball well, but that pass has to be quicker from Girona. As soon as they get the double team, they have to find the open player. Three ball goes up. Oh, that is cold from Flores. No pressure, no heat at all for that one. Just gets the three to go and takes a little bit of the pressure and the atmosphere out of the arena. Dominguez now to Fazula, double team, collapses on Fazula, she steps out of bounds. Fazula saying she's being pushed. For me, that's just good defense by Girona. That's the level they need to play at. The timing of that help coming from the top to drop down into a double team in the post. Perfection in timing and perfection with regards to the level of physicality as well. Any more and I think the foul might have been called. Flores now. Murphy moves it out of bounds. Sideline ball for Avenida. Murphy, the veteran, and done a good job for Girona this season. Not riding up the box score, but she's doing a lot of the things that the box score just doesn't pick up. Carlton now. Hands off to Rodriguez. Look how quick this ball moves and the team moves. Fazula inside. Oh, these are unstoppable phases of play from Avenida. Find me a team in Europe right now that could stop them when they're in this form. Oh, tough play though by Sykes. Taking the team on her shoulders a little bit there. Avenida lead by 6. Girona know they just need to weather the storm. There's no way Avenida can play at this level for the full 40. If they can, then I think they're unstoppable. Dominguez, long three, and that is a long three. It's off target though. Takes a layer of paint off the rim on its way through. Valaro will come back in as Carlton goes to the bench for Avenida. A little over 2 minutes left in this first quarter. Flores now. To Murphy. Busquets. Short corner 2. Gets the roll. And that's better from Girona. Still a little bit slow. They still seem slightly hesitant to make the pass to the open player. They need to be crisper, they need to have confidence in each other. They're going to win this game. Lara now out to Onwele. Inside is blocked. Sykes scoops the loose ball and ignites into transition. The defense is good from Valaro. Just stood tall. Enough pressure on Sykes to put her off. Dominguez now. Rodriguez, guarded closely by Murphy. Double team flashes up. Rodriguez goes through. Scoop shot. She's fouled by Busquets. Will send Rodriguez to the line for 2 shots. She knew she couldn't go straight up. Well, she would have been blocked by the Lithuanian. Had to kind of go under and try and scoop the shot through the gap. A lower percentage opportunity, but she draws the foul. Avenida with another change as Goulby comes into the game. To the bench goes Onyenwere. Things going the way of Avenida right now. They're able to rotate a lot further down their bench than Coach Canute is with Girona, but it's beyond that. More confidence, more trust, more cohesion at the moment for the Salamanca team. Back in comes Tolo. Out comes Araujo. 3 points, 3 rebounds. Maria Araujo's first shift tonight. It'll be the first of many, I can guarantee you that. Spinning out to Gardner. Into the low post to Sykes. Sykes on the spin move. Dominguez with the foul. Foul on the floor though. Third team foul of the quarter for Avenida. So no penalty, no free throws. And really, that is quite smart from Dominguez. She didn't want to get in a post battle with Sykes. Under a minute to play, 58.8 seconds. And Avenida lead by 6. And although they lead by 6 and they'll be happy about that, I think Girona might actually, weirdly, be the happier because they're not further behind. Avenida playing at this level is phenomenal. They have played sublime basketball for the last 4 or 5 minutes, and to only be up 6 when you're playing at that level, you need to capitalize when your team is flowing like that. I'm not sure that Avenida fully have. When Girona get their burst of momentum, how can they make it pay? Gardner now. Nice pass on the pick and roll. Tolo draws the foul. Goulby called for the foul. Tolo will go to the line for shots. Let's have a look at the replay. Perfect execution of the pick and roll, and the rotation from the weak side from Goulby just a little late. Tolo 77% from the free throw line. It's the first of her 2. Having a big season, the 33-year-old. Averaging just about 11 points a game. Misses the second long rebound, falls to Dominguez though. Goes up for the long 2. Wanting to take that shot. Wanted an option in front of her, but was given way too much space to turn it down. Rodriguez falls to the floor with it. She's going to get locked up. Jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of Girona. Not the end of the world for Avenida. They only have 1.6 seconds left on the shot clock, so I'm not sure they were going to get a great shot away anyway. Giving up the jump ball means that they'll at least get the first possession in the next quarter. More offense here for Girona. Sykes. Tries to roll the pick and roll. It just about gets through to Tolo. Has to come out though. Murphy. Short little jumper. Often a very difficult skill. There's the buzzer beater, almost drops at the end of the first quarter, and what a first quarter. It is living up to the hype here in Salamanca. 10 minutes in the books. Avenida lead this one. The home team have a slender margin over their regular foes, Girona. End of the first quarter, it's Avenida 19, Girona 16. What a first 10 minutes of basketball we've had. Absolutely phenomenal at times. Avenida certainly looking the better, but they haven't fully made it pay. They shot the ball well from outside, 3 from 5 from downtown. Carlton, Onyenwere and Valaro all hitting threes in that first quarter. 7 players already registering points for Avenida. Onyenwere leading it with 7 points. She also has 4 rebounds, so more than on her way to a double-double. As for Girona, just 10 players listed tonight for them. 7 players having seen court time and 7 players having registered points. Their leading scorer, Brittany Sykes, she played all 10 minutes of that first quarter. Some of the junior players for Avenida being inspired to keep progressing, keep training, keep developing. And who knows, we'll be fortunate enough to be commentating on them within the next few years. And the way Coach Vazquez has taken over, he may still be the head coach. He's put in a wonderful turnaround for Avenida here. Their season was fading away. He's come in and really create a resurgence here in Salamanca. Second quarter underway. The final game day of the EuroLeague Women regular season. A quarter-final space at risk here for both of these teams. The winner will progress to the quarterfinals. The loser still might progress, but might not. That will depend on the game between Sopron and Skio. Either way, I don't think either of these teams want to buy a ticket to that lottery. I think they want to lock in their place themselves. Lovely spin move by Labuskine. Great recovery defense, though, by Alexa Gulbi. No question here. It's a shot clock violation, but the Girona team is saying that it won't hit the rim, so should have had a fresh 14 to work with. Let's see what the officials say on this one. I'm just having a consultation right now. They are, I think, going to give it as a shot clock violation, so it will be Avenida ball. Start to the second quarter for Girona. Waller back into the action for the home team. Razingarova elbow jumper, way too much space for the quality of Razingarova. She won't step out to range, but she can drop that mid-range jumper. High lick. Avenida's lead back out to 5. Murphy now, come back to Sykes at the top, and Girona just a little static. Gardner, nothing for her to work with. She passes it into Tolo. Tolo will do what she can, but it's not going to be enough. And look at the pace. Valaro brings it back up the floor with so much energy coming from Avenida right now. Foul will be called on Murphy. As Rodriguez just turned the corner too quickly for her. That was going to be the easy bucket if Murphy didn't foul. That was the end of that foul. No real option for Murphy but to take the foul. Carlton back in as Gulbi heads to the bench for Avenida, and Coach Vazquez rotating heavily throughout the start of this game. 9 players have seen the floor already. He's trying to make sure that he has got fresh legs for the fourth quarter. He knows that this game is more than likely going to run all the way down to the final minutes. 3 ball goes up, that's off left. And Girona will come away with it. Murphy back to Araujo, fakes the 3, drives inside. Doesn't get the score, fights for the rebound, but it will fall eventually to Rodriguez. Zingarova in the low post, one-on-one with Tolo, and Tolo just bullied in the paint. That's a rarity, very rare that you see Mariana Tolo being pushed backwards. Look at the replay. Absolute power from Razingarova. On a day, one of the best bigs in Europe, just Zingarova, just trying to find that consistency. She's still only 24 years of age though, so still development time there, and it's not her ability or a level or a skill set that needs to increase, it's just that consistency. If she can play at her potential, she is a phenom. Girona with the change. Flores comes back in for Coach Canute. Sykes heads to the bench. Stolen away, poor pass by Tolo, good read by Zingarova. Carlton will come back to the top though. Hands it back to Cazorla. Skipped out, that's a mighty fine from Cazorla. Shot clock down to 3 though, long 3 from Carlton. That was too long, they left themselves with too much to do, and this is what I'm talking about. Avenida looked good, but not great. What a block though by Zingarova. Gardner looked favoured to get that one to go. Zingarova swats it away. Great rim protection by the Lithuanian. Sorry, by the Czech Republic player. Gardner now. Oh, she thought she'd seen a lane inside to zip the pass, but it got closed. Long 2 from Gardner, nails the 2. And for me, this is one of the ways that Girona not just win potentially today's game, but have won so many games, is the X factor is Rebecca Gardner. She's the one player that can just create her own scores. Tough play, good defense though. I have to give Shea Murphy some credit there. She really stayed with the drive. Gardner now. Oh wow, what a handle. Trying to mix things up. Defense just about stays there though. Shot clock down to 7. Gardner again. Oh my goodness. Put her on the spin cycle and come away with the bucket, Rebecca Gardner. Leaves a defender dizzy. Zingarova will go straight to the basket, draw the foul from Flores. Unorthodox play from Avenida, but definitely would fall in line with the read and react kind of structure. What's the defense giving you? Well, it's giving Zingarova a driving lane, and she's going to take it. Zingarova back at the line for 2 free throws. On the way they will come back in, and Valaro heads to the bench for Avenida. Zingarova 1 from 2 on that last trip to the free throw line. 70% prior to today's game, so a pretty good free throw shooter for a big. Doesn't get the first to go though. As we see Coach Canute very animated there with Brittany Sykes. He knows that he's going to have to lean on her heavily today. Girona are going to come away with the win. Zingarova splits the free throws. Takes Avenida's lead back to 3. Flores to Murphy. Corner pocket 3 is good. And just like that, we are all tied up here in Salamanca. Avenida 23, Girona 23. A little over 4 minutes. Got an offensive foul called. I think that one is on Nwere. Illegal screen. The crowd aren't happy. I think the players aren't happy. We're going to have a technical foul now as well. A little bit of ill discipline here from Avenida, and it's just opened the door for Girona to claim a lead. And with that technical free throw, Girona take their first lead of the game. Those kind of mistakes are so costly at this level. Nwere just 23 years old, but very experienced for that age. Former Rookie of the Year in the WNBA. losing her temper in a game of this magnitude. Flores now waits for the options. Again, Girona's offense is so stagnant. It really is. Just don't look like a team that's cohesive at all. Gardner, long two, long rebound, falls to Carlton. Chance for Avenida to retake their lead. Carlton, baseline drive, Razinga over, long two, little flat, big rebound by Onion Wayray though. She'll go again, but it's in amongst the trees. And Girona defense just stands true. That'll be a travel or a carry, yep. Rojo caught in half a mind to pass the ball and then changed her mind mid-dribble. Ends up carrying the ball. It's a rare call, but the right call. Timeout called here in Salamanca. A little under 5 minutes left in this first half. Girona hold a single-point lead. Crowd aren't happy with the refs. The atmosphere is off the hook, as it often is here. Here are some of the replays from that latest phase of play. That was the Araujo triple. Flores putting up the three as well. This team certainly found some fortune from outside. For Avenida, it was in the first quarter. They're now 3 from 7 from outside. Girona, 3 from 4 from downtown. Super efficiency from outside. Araujo, Flores and Murphy all hitting the three. And that's what's got them back in this game. That's what's got them into the lead. Their first lead of the game. And Vasquez calls a timeout. Those of you that have joined us a little late, a reminder that everything is on the line in this game. It is that simple. The winner will progress through to the quarterfinals of this year's EuroLeague Women. The loser, this might be their last game of the season in EuroLeague Women. It can't get any bigger than this. We have half an eye on the game in Italy as well. This time, Schio lead that one by 2. A little over 3.5 minutes left in the second quarter there. Azula hasn't seen much of the action so far tonight. Almost stolen away. Cazorla moves it back out. Three ball is open. Nothing but the bottom of the bucket. Nogic drains the three ball. That will ignite the offense again for Avenida. They retake the lead here. Para slows things down, brings it out. Tries to skip it, manages to get it all the way across. Traveling violation called though. Avenida lead by 2. A little over 4 minutes left in the first half. Girona at times just look like they don't have a plan, and Girona have taken too long to get back on defense. Avenida almost made them pay. And Wade now to Carlton into the low post for Zula. Drops it out of bounds. She's certainly had a bit of a misfiring start to this game. Mariela Fazula. Avenida will certainly need her to produce at some point in this game. Foul called. Fazula called for the foul. Easy one for the officials to pick up there. Sideline possession for Girona. Sykes, oh what a pass, absolute laser pass inside, oh but the finish rolls away for Labuskine. Nogic now, Avenida. It is possession by possession that these two heavyweights go at this battle. Nogic slips inside, draws the foul. That one's going to be on Flores. Second foul of the night on Flores. Both Flores and Tolo on 2 fouls for Girona. And Nwere, the only player on 2 fouls for Avenida, and one of those was obviously due to that technical foul that she picked up. Nogic at the line. The first. Doesn't make many trips to the free throw line, the Serbian, but she is yet to miss a free throw this season across the 10 games she's played in within the EuroLeague Women's regular season, and she's 2 from 2 so far here. Sides now. Girona still don't capitalise when they create the mismatches, when they create the space, because the double team jumps too fast. Blocking foul's going to be called. One on Carlton. Both teams in the penalty now, so that will be a trip to the free throw line for Sykes. Both teams pretty good free throw shooting teams, around the 75% mark. Girona 76%. Oh, in fact, that was the 4th team foul, so they weren't quite in the penalty yet. They are now. Sykes kicks it. Orojo for 3. Off left. Rebound by Carlton. Avenida trying to get out into transition. Nogic is rejected by Sykes. The pace of this game is electric right now. Both teams running and gunning. Hara goes to the baseline. Offensive foul. It's going to be called on Orojo. And Dominguez takes the stand. All in the footwork from Silvia Dominguez. And the kids watching. It's a way to play defense. Get your footwork right and everything else follows. Zola comes in. Nogic heads to the bench for Avenida. It's a poor pass. Now starting to make a few mistakes. 7th turnover of the game. Girona 7 turnovers as well. Sykes now, 2.5 minutes left in the first half. Nice pass inside, good job. Good little fake from Labuskine, draws Dominguez into trying to challenge. That will send Labuskine for the line for 2. And this is the first, much to the delight of the fans here. And the second, that could be costly. She only shoots 61% from the free throw line. It does, as a big, make you a little bit of a target by other teams. Rather than letting you score, they're going to send you to free throw line. Zula sets the screen for Cazorla. Carlton now drives inside. Great defense by Murphy, but Carlton rises above and gets the score. Timeout called here by Coach Canute. No real surprise. It's team trail by 6. Under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Some of those highlight plays from both teams, and what a first half we've had. Still 2 minutes to play, but this game has not disappointed. It has been billed all week, hyped all week, and rightfully so. two really tough teams who have put in big performances across the regular season. It now comes down to this final 40 minutes on who will pick up one of the two final quarter-final spots. As it stands at the moment at the half, Skio lead over Sopron 36-29. Okay, just a reminder, if Sopron lose that game, no matter what the result is here, Avenida qualify. If Sopron lose that game, they need Avenida to win here. If Girona win, then Sopron are out of this season's EuroLeague women. Para hands it back to Sykes, splits the defense well. Good ball movement, much smoother from Girona. The shot's off target. Rebound though by Para. Rojo rejected with authority. Mazula. Someone's got to come back and help. Eventually it is Onyenwere. Mazula. Dominguez, free throw line jumper, too heavy. Fights for the O board but can't get it. Final minute now of this first half. Avenida will be relatively happy if they can take a 6-point lead into the locker room at the half-time break. Girona won't be utterly devastated if they're only down by 6. Sykes long 2. That one's heavy. Rebound falls to Cazorla. Stolen away, foul will be called on Labuskini. That will send Cazorla to the free throw line. Girona in the penalty. See the frustration from coach Canute. Double change for Avenida. In comes Rodriguez. Interesting conversation between Coach Canute and Sykes. The officials warning him he needs to stay in his coaching area. Villar and Rodriguez came in. Carlton and Dominguez head to the bench for Avenida. A rare miss for Cazorla. Coming a bit of a fixture and fitting here in Avenida, her 4th season in Salamanca. It's the second to go. Sykes now. About a 7-8 second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Murphy, long 2. Not the shot as a coach you want your team taking either. Shoot the 3 ball or get closer to the bucket. The risk-reward ratio for that kind of shot not favourable. Cazorla off the glass for 2. Avenida starting to stretch away again. Will they get a shot away? They will. Half court. Sykes clips the front of the iron, but that is the end of the first half. And a resounding finish to the first half for Avenida. The fans are showing their appreciation. They're on their feet, rightfully so. Potentially Avenida just 20 minutes away now from a quarter-final berth in this season's EuroLeague women. Avenida 33, Girona 24 at the half. Here are the quarter breaks, and you can see the problem for Girona. They have struggled to score the ball this season, averaging just shy of 66 a game. They only scored 8 in that second quarter, and that's just not going to be enough to beat a team that's playing at the level Avenida are. They're going to have to pick that offensive production up. I think that's what Coach Canute was frustrated about when he was talking to Brittany Sykes. Here are some of the highlight plays from that first half of action. Definitely some big performances. It shows you the quality of these two teams. No player in double digits right now. Leading scorer for Avenida is Onion Wayray. Cazorla has 5, Nogic has 5, Carlton has 5. That tells you a lot about how they are approaching the game. As for Girona, their leading scorer, Shea Murphy, she's on 6, including 1 from 2 from outside. Just behind her, Rebecca Gardner on 5 points as well. Maria Arrojo doing a job on the boards though. She's already got 7 rebounds to her name. Second half action is just around the corner. You are not allowed to go anywhere. This game is absolutely lit and you have to stay for the full game. That is an order at the half. It's Avenida 33, Girona 24. Do make sure you lock in for the second half. We'll be back for all the live action shortly. Whether they will be in the postseason playoffs. Nervous times, and you can see it from both coaches how much it means to them, how important this is. But at the half here in Salamanca, it's the home team that have the lead. Avenida 33, Girona 24. Coach Canute knows his team need to change things up. They need to do something differently in the second half if they're going to come away with the win. Skio currently lead by 13 over Sopron. 7.5 minutes left in the third quarter of that one. And that has a big bearing on our game here. So, to give you the context, buckle in, you'll need to certainly listen out for this one. Some simple things first. Avenida win, they qualify, but also Sopron qualify. Okay, that's point 1. Point 2, if Girona win, they qualify. Now, the difficulty comes if Girona wins and Sopron wins, then it will be Girona who qualify alongside Sopron. If Girona win and Sopron lose, then it will be Girona and Avenida who will qualify. So as you can see, we've got a little bit of a half eye on that game between Skio and Avenida, whilst we try and fully focus on our game here as well, as these teams go toe-to-toe today. That game in Italy certainly will play its part on our progression through to the quarterfinals for either of these teams. Under a minute to go until the start of the second half. Just a reminder, if you want to stay on top of this year's EuroLeague women's basketball competition, the best way, the absolute best way, is to download the official FIBA EuroLeague Women app, available pretty much on all devices. Jump into wherever you get your apps, search for FIBA EuroLeague Women, and you will find it completely free of charge, and it is the perfect companion for the games. You can follow the real-time stats along as we progress through today's game. Avenida understandably on the floor first, they're ready to go. Girona join them now. Second half action underway here in Salamanca. Game day 14, the final game day of the regular season for this year's EuroLeague Women. And it's all on the line between Avenida and Girona. What a start to the second half for Girona. And in particular, Mariana Tolo, she gets the score. But at the half, it's a 9-point lead for Avenida. It's now a 7-point lead with that score for Girona. The winner locks in their spot at the quarterfinals. Long two goes up. Valaro chases down her own rebound though and gets the score. Valaro is just an absolute jersey full of energy, chasing down everything she absolutely can. Foul will be called on Mazingarova, being overly physical with Tolo. She's trying to establish herself in the post. Baseline ball for Girona now. Tolo will hand it back to Gardner. And Girona get their offense firing. They struggled in that second quarter. They only had 8 points in that second period of the game. Tolo stepping up, getting it done when a team needs her. 4 early points for her in this second half of action. Unbelievably, her first 2 field goals of the game. Cazorla for Razingarova into the low post, trying to back Tolo down. Does a great job. Razingarova really stepping up today. 6 points for her now. 2 from 3 from the field. Gardner sees the lane close on her. Spin move though. She's got the pivot. She just manages to find the space to wriggle through to get the shot away. It's almost humanly impossible to sneak through the gaps that she does, but she does, and she gets the score. Carlton pushing the screen on the wing. Free throw line jumper off target. Rebound by Araujo. 8th rebound of the game already for Maria Araujo. An absolute warrior for Girona. Her 3rd season with the club. Gardner open for 3. That's a big shot, and that is what Girona need to do. They need to work the offense to create opportunities for Gardner. For me, she is the key to lock this game open for Girona. Without her firing on all cylinders, they're going to struggle. Thrown away by Razingarova. Maro saying, slow down. Let me create my separation so I can catch the pass. Carlton's going to come out. Into the game comes Rodriguez. Sideline ball for Girona. They trail by just 4 points now. This is a strong start to the second quarter for them. A 9-4 start, in fact. Sykes. Back to Gardner. She's open. Doesn't take the 3, though. She had the mismatch. Step back, long 2, and nails it. Only the 2. Gardner starting to warm up. 12 points now for Rebecca Gardner. Averaging 13 a game. Zola. Onyenwede's open for 3. Oh, she's going to drop that one. That is a big, big play from Onyenwede. Said she's shooting 48% from outside. She's very selective about the shots she takes. That's why her percentage is so high, but you know when she lets that 3 ball go, more than likely it's going in. Rodriguez, coast to coast, gets the score. Gardner now. Shape up. The lane isn't there for her. She's going to take it anyway. Lovely footwork, Rebecca Gardner. It's like a walking textbook on how to play offense. Foul's going to be called. That one's on Murphy. That will be her 3rd foul. In fact, no, just her 2nd foul, actually. His lead now just at 5. Very brisk 4 minutes. A little over 4 minutes here in the 3rd quarter already. Team's just 1 foul here in the 3rd quarter. Rodriguez, Tolo tries to chase out on the hedge. Ends up with Cazorla in the corner. In and out, Tolo battling hard against Fazula for the rebound. Chance for Girona to trim the deficit even more into the hands of Sykes. Baseline drive for Araujo. She's got position. She'll go to that left hand, but doesn't get it to roll, and Araujo has struggled today. 1 from 6 from the field now. Valaro uses the screen set by Fazula. She'll go all the way to the bucket for the 2 off the glass. Valaro, for me, has absolutely stepped up. She's getting the crowd pumped as well. Usually more of a role player, Valaro, but today really taking on a leadership role, and you can see the reaction from the crowd. Near sellout here in Salamanca. Timeout called by Coach Canute. Avenida's lead is back out to 7. And for the lack of trying from the likes of Gardner and Tolo, they've been the standout players for Girona so far in this third quarter. Strangely put to the bench though. She just started finding some form, getting warm. And Coach Canute's taken her out, 14 points. She has been on the floor 16.5 minutes though, so I'm sure he is conscious of load management throughout the game. So many future superstars courtside watching this one. And if this game doesn't get them even more in love with the sport of basketball, I don't know what will. It's been a wonderful game so far. 25 minutes in, 15 still to go. Flores now brings it up over the half for Girona. Araujo down low. Tolo draws the foul from Fazula, and Fazula just a second too late coming across. Gave up way too much position. Low post. Yeah, just on the wrong side of that play. Going to be tough to do anything but foul once you find yourself in that position against the player the quality of Tolo. Second free throw missed, but a big rebound by Araujo, her 9th of the game. Flores now will slow it down and look to use the shot clock as best they can to create the opportunity. Double team cut, that's a smart pass. Para in the corner. Now's the little mid-range jumper. Credit though has to go to Flores for finding her with the pass. Gardner already back into the game for Girona. Just a short break for her. Valaro now pulls up. Off target with that short jumper. Chance now for Girona to potentially get within 2, maybe even 1 point on Avenida here. 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Tolo skips it to Para, to Gardner, fakes the 3, steps in, long 2 is good. Rebecca Gardner. This is scary times for the Avenida fans and the coaching and the playing staff. Rebecca Gardner up to 16 points now. Dominguez draws the foul from Para. Two of the smaller players on the floor going at it. Para called for the foul. Dominguez will head to the free throw line. Don't want to jinx her, but she is a 92% free throw shooter. What more can you say about her? 3 times EuroLeague Women Champion, 3 times Eurobasket gold medalist. She's won silver and bronze at the World Cup. She's won a silver at the Olympics. She literally is the walking definition of a basketball legend, Silvia Dominguez. It's the second free throw. Much better ball movement in the second half from Girona. At times they were pretty static. Ball's moving a lot more crisply here in the second half. Flores now to Gardner. Gardner will put the 3 up. Comes up short though. Rebound falls kindly for Carlton. Avenida managed to hold on to that 3-point lead. Drums ringing out around the arena. Dominguez wide open for the three, doesn't take it. Carlton should have taken it, but passes it off to Rodriguez. Gets the shot away, but stepped out of bounds. Avenida starting to make a few unforced errors. There's a point when you have to be a little bit selfish, a little bit decisive. Not just keep passing on to the next player. Someone has to take responsibility for Avenida. Para now looking to feed the low post. The pass is high, but just about dragged down. 4 left on the shot clock for Flores. She's driven herself into a bit of a trap. Shot clock violation is going to be called though, so it will be a turnover and Avenida will take possession. The third quarter really has picked up where the first half left off. Girona have outscored Avenida 18-12 so far though. Will be, well, it already is, Girona's highest scoring quarter as Flores goes to the bench and Sykes comes in. Orojo also comes in as Tolo takes a seat. Oh, what a pass, Dominguez to Fazula! And that's just vision from the veteran point guard. Heads up play. Fazula patiently waiting for the pass. Dominguez works to find the lane to get it there. Gardner now against Rodriguez. She goes inside. Fazula reaches over the back. Foul's going to be called. I think that one's on Gardner. Gardner's absolutely fuming. She's saying she took an elbow to the head. Not happy. The officials are going to talk this one over. This is a real flashpoint in the game. 1 minute 54 left on the clock. Foul is called and they're going to review. The foul has been called on Rebecca Gardner. They're going to go and review the play to see if there was any unsportsmanlike foul from Fazula. Gardner's claiming that an elbow was thrown. That's what the officials want to go and look at. It is an important call. This is the replay they're looking at right now. That's Gardner driving to the basket, guarded by Rodriguez. Fazula comes from behind for the block. There's the rebound. I'm not sure you can see it there unless you can slow it down. It looked more like Fazula just throws her to the floor as they're fighting for it. I don't think she strikes her. This angle might provide a better view for the officials. Again, I'm not sure you can really see it, just the speed that that play is. The officials have to be sure that something has happened. I'm not sure you're going to see it from that angle. I think Carlton gets in the way of us being able to see whether there's an elbow there. No, not for me. I don't think there is. I think it's just a sheer rip away that throws Gardner to the floor. The officials are going to come back out. Let's see what they say. Nope, they're not saying it's an unsportsmanlike foul. It is just a foul on Gardner. So it will be possession to Avenida. And that's good officiating. The official went straight to Gardner, explained why the call had been made. It wasn't an elbow, the arms were tucked down. It was just the movement of the body that threw her to the floor. And I like that, and that's what players like. They know why a call has been made. 9 times out of 10, you won't hear any more about it. Dominguez up and under. Oh, all the show, none of the go though for Dominguez. Five-point lead for Avenida now. 90 seconds left in the third quarter. Gardner with possession. stolen away by Dominguez. Avenida doing everything they can to stay in the lead right now. Catch and shoot. Oh, from the corner, raise the roof. Rodriguez. Girona trying to keep their composure right now. The pressure is growing, the noise is growing. Sykes fade away two, gets the roll. That is a veteran play from Brittany Sykes. Girona just need to withstand this pressure, withstand this wave of Avenida right now. Stay in touch and the game can still be theirs. Double team comes up. Carlton, three ball on the wing, back-to-back threes for Avenida. They're trying to throw this game wide open before the end of the third. They lead by 9. And a turnover. Offensive foul called on Gardner. That'll be her third foul as well. Absolutely everything going the way of Avenida right now. The crowd are enjoying it. Carnival atmosphere here in Salamanca. Avenida lead by 9 and they have possession. Timeout has been called. 25 seconds left in this third quarter. Surprised to see a timeout at this stage. Burning a timeout that may be quite useful in the fourth quarter. Clearly, Coach Vazquez wants to make the most of this 25 seconds. He wants to draw something up. A double-digit lead could be psychologically huge for Avenida. And there's the long two up from Valaro. Gets her own rebound. That was the opening play almost of the third quarter. It seems almost a lifetime ago we've had so many big plays since then. London Wayray nailing a three. The only Avenida player in double digits. 10 players in the white and blue already registered on the scorebook. On Wayray, 5 rebounds short of a double-double. Not sure she's going to make it. As for Girona, Rebecca Gardner is their go-to. She is the only player really lighting things up on the offensive end. 7 from 11 from the field for her 16 points. What will Avenida do with this final possession of the third quarter? Rodriguez hands it off to Dominguez. Now Cazorla. On the pass. It's a little too far forward. Almost potentially safe for Zula, just didn't cut quite far enough down. Almost 10 seconds for Girona to work with now. I'm not sure they were expecting it. Foul's going to be called and Dominguez needs to be careful that doesn't get upgraded to an unsportsmanlike foul. Let's have a look. The officials are going to review it. I think it's the right thing to do. If it wasn't an unsportsmanlike, I think it looked from the angles that we've seen there on the replay pretty close.
Can you please put the last foul, if you don't mind? Normal speed, open angle, please. Okay, one more, slow motion, please. Okay. Can we have from the baseline, please? Okay. Okay. Yes.
Whatever the call, this is Dominguez's third foul. Only been on the floor 15 minutes. 1 point.
One more time, same angle, please.
Officials have made their decision. This is either going to be very popular with the crowd or not. Let's see. They are going to upgrade it. It has been upgraded to an unsportsmanlike foul. Gardner will head to the free throw line for 2 shots, and Girona will take possession. What a closeout to this third quarter. Fans are letting the referee hear it. Gardner hits the first of her 2 from the free throw line. And the second, that puts her 3 from 4 from the free throw line tonight. Takes her personal tally to 18 points now, Gardner. Will she have the legs, though, to run most of the final quarter, because you feel that Girona need her on the floor to keep the scoreboard moving. Gardner now. Foul's going to be called. Smart foul really from Valaro. She's got fouls to give, as do Avenida, so they just took a few seconds off the clock. 2.8 now. Avenida will definitely not look to foul now, because they would send Girona to the free throw line. Parra to inbound, does so to Araujo, throws the prayer, that one's off target. And that will be the end of the third quarter here in Salamanca. What an absolute drama-filled third quarter of basketball. The back and forth in that quarter was phenomenal. 3 quarters in the book. Avenida 53, Girona 46. Well, with just 10 minutes left on the game clock and potentially 10 minutes left in the season for one of these 2 teams, the EuroLeague women campaign is on the brink potentially of exit. That was the early play from Valaro. Give you some updates from elsewhere. It is not looking good for Sopron right now. They trail 70-46 in Italy with 6:25 to go. Sopron look like they could potentially be on their way to the loss. That changes a lot here. What it means is, if Sopron do go on to that loss, they're down by 24 with 6 minutes to play. It certainly suggests they're on their way to a loss. If Avenida win, then Sopron will also qualify. However, if Girona win here and Sopron lose in Italy, both Girona and Avenida will qualify. Unbelievable situation for us to find ourselves in. What a absolute soap opera we have here in the final game day of the regular season for EuroLeague women. Wonderful way to close out what has been one of the most competitive and dramatic regular seasons in recent history. Fourth quarter underway here in Salamanca. 10 more minutes of the regular season still to play, and everything on the line. A place in the quarterfinals at stake for both of these teams. Rodriguez with the offensive rebound. Back out to Valaro. 3-ball goes up and goes down. Valaro, ice running through her veins, has stepped up in a big way. 10 points now for Andrea Valaro. Sykes to Gardner. She's the Girona player with the hot hand. They need to work to create space for her. Gardner trying to use that jab step to create the space. She had to put the prayer up. That will be a shot clock violation. Just didn't give her enough time. Look at Dominguez on the sideline for Avenida, getting the crowd on their feet, getting her team pumped. Valaro now shaping up, another 3-ball. Oh, back-to-back threes! I'm not sure what's in the water here in Salamanca, but Valaro is unconscious right now. She is absolutely lighting the game up. Oh, but Murphy just steps in and takes a few decibels out of the arena, cancelling that last 3 ball out, but that Avenida's lead is still double digits. They still lead by 10. Corner 3, Onion Wayray this time. Big smiles on her face. Are Avenida going to shoot their way into the quarterfinals? Sykes sees the space, capitalizes and gets the score. 8 points now for Brittany Sykes. Almost stolen away by Gardner. That will be her 4th foul. That is now problematic for Coach Canute. He's going to have to take her out of the game, I think. He is. He's going to bring Flores in her place. That is now difficult for Girona, their leading scorer. The focus of their offense has had to sit down with 4 personal fouls. Valaro going to go to the bucket this time. She's doing it all. Can't get the connection. That's knocked out of bounds by Razingarova. Sideline ball for Girona. You can feel the emotion and the intensity here in the crowd. They are giving almost just as much as the players are right now. Down into the low post. Tolo. Drop step off the glass. The defense is good from Razingarova. She grabs the rebound as well. Her 3rd of the night. Here comes Onion Wayray. Blocking foul's going to be called on Flores. And those Chopron fans, I have a feeling some of you might be switching across from the Skio Chopron game. They trail by 29 points now with under 4 minutes to play. Chopron's hopes potentially in a surreal twist of fate could lie in the hands of Avenida. If Avenida win, they will send themselves and Chopron through to the quarterfinals. If Girona win and Chopron lose, that will send Girona and Avenida through. At the moment, the team that is looking most likely to be in the quarterfinals is Avenida. Either a win here for Avenida or Chopron to lose, and that would be enough for the Salamanca team to go through. Cazorla, running right hand, gets the roll. Girona is starting to look a little fatigued. Still 7 minutes to play. Timeout being called as the game is starting to slip away from Girona. They trail by 13. The Avenida fans are all in on this game. The scarves are in the air. What can Coach Bernat Canute do right now? How can he change things? Because he's going to have to. The status quo will result in Avenida progressing and seeing them out of this season's EuroLeague Women. Girona have to win this game. The other results really don't matter if they don't win this game. It'll be a baseline ball for Girona when they come back to the floor. And they can feel it. You can see the veteran leadership now within that Girona team, telling each other it's now or never. We have to put it in now. We have to go all in now. Give everything we've got just to give ourselves a chance in the closing minutes of the game. If they can get to 2 minutes to play and they're single digits away, Girona have the firepower, but they need to be in that position. And right now, it doesn't look like they're going to, but Tolo might drag them there. 8 points for Mariana Tolo. She's had a big second half. Onion Wade 8 back to Cazorla. A little bit of game management and time management now for Avenida. No rush for them to run their offenses. Cazorla waits for the screen from Razingarova. Pass inside, no good, but it gets her eventually. Razingarova though misses the little 30 centimeter gimme. Poor pass by Sykes. Araujo was setting herself for the 3-ball. Sykes a little bit loose with the pass. Flores now, shot clock at 7. Double team is going to almost force her out of bounds. 4 left. Flores, 3-ball, no good. Offensive foul is going to be called, I think, on Tolo. And she knocks Rodriguez to the floor. In fact, it's Cazorla on the floor. Tolo just turning a little too quickly. She'd stood firm a little longer, she'd have been fine. Cazorla, Razingarova head to the bench. Vazula comes back in the game, and this really is the advantage that Coach Vazquez has. Just the depth of quality that he has to work with. You know, Razingarova a little tired, in comes Vazula. Cazorla a little tired, in comes Dominguez. There's no drop in intensity, no drop in intelligence. It just continues to operate at such a high level. It's relentless when you play against Avenida right now. The roster that they've built is good to go. The game in Italy is almost done. Schio lead that one 81-50 with under a minute to play. Sopron are going to lose that game. With that in mind, Avenida will qualify. There's the score from Carlton. I think they'd much rather do it on their own terms though, and their own terms would be winning the game here. Down low to Tolo, waved away, foul on the floor. Fazula whistled for that foul once again. Mariana Tolo just doing a great job of sealing out down low. Fazula struggling to battle her out the way. Tolo a real warrior. Fazula giving up about 4 centimeters in that battle as well. Gardner's back into the game. She's on 4 fouls. I wonder if Avenida will target her at the other end. Araujo, Flores is open for 3 and nails it. How big is that at this point of the game? Just over 5 minutes still to play. Flores now. Oh, what a pass from Gardner. The finish isn't on target though. Where's it going to end up? It's going to be with Avenida. And the game has finished in Italy. Schio 81, Sopron 50. That means that no matter the result here, Avenida are in the quarterfinals of this year's EuroLeague Women. But there's still so much at stake here in this game. Valaro 3-ball, off target. Onyenwere, back to Dominguez. Puts the 3 up herself and she'll nail it. Silvia Dominguez steps off the bench, drops the big 3. Starting to hear the final call for Girona's EuroLeague women's season. Araujo, too heavy. Dominguez with the rebound. Girona have to win this game. If they lose this game, Sopron will still qualify for the quarterfinals. Dominguez, baseline drive, kicks it out. Carlton for 3. That one's short. Still 4 minutes to play. It's breathless here in Salamanca. Flores almost has it stolen away. She's fouled by Valaro. That one's on the floor, so it'll just be a sideline possession for Girona. Time for all of us to catch our breath. So just the update, Sopron have lost by 31 to Skia. What that means is no matter the result here, Avenida will be in the quarterfinals of EuroLeague Women. However, if Avenida win this game, joining them in the quarterfinals will be Sopron. If Girona win this game, it will be Girona and Avenida that go through. The drama is going to go all the way to the final buzzer here in Salamanca. Timeout has been called. So much to play for. Coach Canute calls a timeout, needs to talk things over because it's now or never for his team. Feel the atmosphere here in Salamanca. It has been electric from the opening tip all the way through to these closing minutes. What can Girona do? The pressure is on their shoulders right now. 3:47 left on the game clock. You can see how much pressure there is because they're going to push the ball. Going to go as early as they can to try and get some shots away now. Gardner finds some space. The defense rotates well. Foul's going to be called on Onion Wayrate. And it's just patience from Gardner that works that play, really. She picked the dribble up, but she stayed with the pivot. She constantly looking around. Where is the pass? Where is the option? Waited for the defense to move enough that she could at least pivot towards the basket. And Onion Wayrate just couldn't stay in front of her. Gardner back at the line. 3 from 4 so far today. Make that 4 from 5. Huge shots now for the veteran. Nails the bonus. Gets the 2 to go. Girona's deficit is now 12. I'm sure Coach Vazquez hasn't told his team about the result in Italy. I'm sure he doesn't want them to know the result in Italy. He wants them to play to the end of the game. All Sopron fans, I'm sure you have now tuned into this game and you have all of a sudden become Avenida fans for the next 3 minutes and 21 seconds. Dominguez, baseline to Fazula. She found a way, gets an offensive rebound. She'll go again and get the score. Tenacious offense from Mariela Fazula. Here's the game slipping away from Girona. Foul's going to be called on Cazorla as Parra ends up in a heap on the floor. Cazorla hit her pretty hard as she went to run through the screen. Let's have a look at the replay. Oh my goodness. Just a regular foul, sideline possession for Girona. Both teams now in the penalty, so an opportunity here more for Girona than Avenida. A chance to get points on the board without the clock ticking over. They do need to be aggressive though. They need to go at the basket and draw fouls. Parra to Sykes, wide open. Araujo nails a 3. That's big. That is big. 11-point lead now for Avenida. Girona starting to wrestle control of the game back. Araujo called for the foul. That's only her second, but that will send Maite Cazorla to the line for 2. It's the first. All calm and collected. Cazorla, 8 points now alongside 6 assists. Once again, a big night for her. Very influential. Gets both from the free throw line, and for Avenida, that is what they need. They just need to keep the scoreboard ticking over. Realistically, if they get to 80 points, I said it in the pre-game, if they get to 80 points, that will be too much for Girona, and that looks to be the case here. Sykes puts the three up, rebound eventually falls to Carlton, and Avenida will slow it down. Gardner, worried that she's going to pick up a fifth foul, has to step back a little on the intensity. Really, they could do with her guarding off the ball, not on it. They keep moving the ball to beat her on-ball defense, though. Cazorla, step back three, too heavy. Rebound by Gardner. Her first board of the night, unbelievably. Inside to Tolo. Para for three, it's too heavy. Where's the rebound? Eventually falls to Cazorla. Under 2 minutes to play. Avenida are close to securing this quarterfinal spot in their own right. Inside, rejected. No foul called, it'll be baseline ball for Avenida. Just a reminder, those that are joining us late for the business end of the game, 1:31 still to play here. Avenida lead by 13. Avenida, due to Sopron losing in Italy, have already booked their spot in the quarterfinals. They are there no matter what happens in this game. However, Girona don't know their fate. Girona have to win here. If Girona don't win, it will be Sopron and Avenida who progress. If Girona do win, it will be Avenida and Girona who progress. A huge 91 seconds of basketball still to be played. Avenida clearly in the driving seat for the win here. They lead by 13, but there's still plenty of time in a basketball game to turn this one around for Girona. They will have to be near perfect though for this final, just over a minute and a half. They have the firepower though. They have the shooters in the team. The crowd definitely have enjoyed themselves here in Salamanca. Been a party atmosphere from the start. Imagine the reaction if they can come away with the win. Come back to the floor. I'm sure that Coach Vasquez won't have told them the result in Italy. The Avenida players will still be thinking that they have to win to progress. Dominguez goes long. Carlton for three. Too heavy. Where's the rebound? It's on the floor. Para scoops it up. Gardner now. The ball should be in her hand all the time. Goes inside. Gets the score. Every possession, Girona should put the ball in her hands. She is the go-to scorer. Stolen away. Sykes now. Goes inside, floats up, doesn't get the score. Heartbreak. Sykes missing the finger roll. She's had a tough night, to be fair to Sykes. Only 8 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. 1 minute and 1 second left on the game clock. In fact, 1 minute left. 11-point lead for Avenida. Surely it's too far now for Girona. Dominguez comes out, Valaro comes in. Dominguez goes to the bench for a hero's welcome. All about running clock now for Avenida. Girona in the penalty, they can't afford to foul. Fazula back to Carlton. Valaro now to Fazula. Fazula almost throws it away. Shot clock at 4, Valaro. Drives in, long 2, that's short. Where's the rebound? Eventually to Araujo. She's going to put the Jets on in transition. Skips through. Defense stands true. But Araujo pulls up injured. She's felt a knee go. Oh, she's broken on the floor. I don't know if it was just knock-knee or something more serious. No, you saw her pull up. Oh, that is heartbreaking. Straight away, she knew. Oh, that is not how we wanted to close this game out. It's been a battle between two of the best teams in Europe. And we finish it with 29.9 seconds going of one of the biggest warriors in European basketball injured on the floor. Looks like it's a knee injury. She also looked like she knew what it was, like it's something that's happened before. Oh, that is shocking. Great sportsmanship from some of the Avenida players, though. They are down on the floor with her, consoling her. This is not how we wanted to close out what has been an absolutely phenomenal game. Full respect to both teams, no matter the result here. This has been an unreal game. Two teams giving it everything, leaving it all on the floor. Oh, her teammates around her giving her support. Avenida players with her as well. Cazorla and Valaro down there. Oh, not what we wanted to see. Maria Araujo on the floor, injured. She's going to be helped to her feet. I think she'll need to be carried off. This is how she picked up the injury, relatively innocuous, but look at her reaction. She knew straight away. She knew straight away. She's being helped off. It's her right knee. Absolutely heartbreaking. Great reaction from the crowd, though, giving her absolutely what she deserves, and that's a rapturous round of applause. She has put in a lot for her team tonight. 6 points, 4 assists, 15 rebounds. She has played in every single game this season in the EuroLeague Women for Girona. A warrior, an absolute warrior, and a hat tip and appreciation to Maria Araujo from all of us. Anyone who loves basketball has to appreciate the season she's given us, and it's heartbreaking to see it end for her like that. Avenida inbound the ball. Cazorla now. Do Girona have the spirit to try and fight back after seeing their teammate end up on the floor? It doesn't look like they do. They're not putting pressure on the ball. Is this the end of the season for Girona? It looks like it is. The players are starting to shake hands. This will be the end. They'll turn it back to Girona to see out the final 5 seconds. What a game. Avenida will be through to the quarterfinals of EuroLeague Women. Relief for Sopron as well. They will make it through, even though they lost heavily. Girona, absolute heartbreak here today. Their EuroLeague Women's season ends here in pretty sad circumstances, seeing one of their iconic players leaving injured in the final minute of the game. But final score here as Avenida progress. It's Avenida 74, Girona 63. The Avenida crowd have been on fine form all night. They have played their part. There's no two ways about that, but you can see how heartbroken the Girona team are, and you can see how jubilant the Avenida team are. This is why we love basketball, the emotions that we've had here tonight. From the highest highs to the lowest lows. That is what sport gives you. That is what basketball at this level gives you. And we thank every single player on that floor tonight for the game they've given us. It has been a joy to watch. Avenida will celebrate as they make it through to the quarterfinals of EuroLeague Women 2022-23. They will wait to see who they face. Games still going on around Europe at the moment as they come to a close. But what a game we have had. Avenida rightfully, deservedly progressed through to the final 8, the quarterfinals. top scorers, Onyenwere and Valaro, both of them with 13 points. Onyenwere 3 from 3 from downtown, Valaro 3 from 5. Also in double digits was Bridget Carlton. She was 3 from 7 from distance, alongside 6 rebounds as well. But a real team performance from Avenida, all by one of the players that got on the floor, made an impact, got points on the board. As for Girona, once again, it's their offense that they struggled with. Only Rebecca Gardner in double digits. She did what she could. 22 points, 8 from 13 from the field for her, but it wasn't to be, it wasn't enough. Girona exit EuroLeague women here on the final day of the regular season, whilst Avenida, well, they progressed. They will now look forward to the quarterfinals. They will now start regrouping and focusing in on the quarterfinals. Those quarterfinals will take place on Tuesday the 14th, Friday the 17th, and if we need a game 3, Wednesday the 22nd of March. Times and locations still to be decided. Obviously, we're waiting for the games around Europe just to close out, so the final group standings can be confirmed. Remember, the top team from Group A play the 4th team in Group B. The 2nd team in Group A will play the 3rd team in Group B. The top team from Group A play the 4th team in... the top team from Group B play the 4th team from Group A, and the 2nd team from Group B play the 3rd team from Group A. So there's a seeding involved. So the higher up the groups you finish in the regular season, the easier, I say that in inverted commas, the easier your tie in the quarterfinals. There are no easy ties, even in the regular season, let alone in the quarterfinals of the EuroLeague Women. But what a game we've had here. It has been absolutely phenomenal. A dream to commentate. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching it as much as I have. A wonderful, wonderful way for us to close out the regular season. Two of the best teams in Europe going all in for a spot in the quarterfinals, but only one of them could make it. It was Avenida that made it. They wowed the crowd here in Salamanca. Final score is Avenida 74, Girona 63. Our attention now turns to those quarterfinals, which tip off in a couple of weeks' time. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed all the action, and make sure that you stay tuned for the post-season playoffs and the Final Four coming up over the next few weeks. Once again, final score here in Salamanca is Avenida 74, Girona 63. Thanks for joining me. I will see you all again in the near future.